I am 1/4 Ojibwe. My grandmother, she's full. So I grew up going to Native American education in LAUSD, and they really emphasized like the natural relationship, and that was kind of like the beginning. I would do really long walks at a young age, probably like 5th or 6th grade, like through the forest. And I had like a feeling of either I was being seen by the plants around me or that something was like trying to speak to me. I would spend a long time out there and just like listening to the wind and just like really laying there and just being still. And I think I really carried that feeling with me. It really started my attraction to plants. It feels like communication, almost like unspoken communication. Hi, my name is Melina Lydia. I actually just graduated from UCSC. Go banana slugs! I was a plant science and literature major, so I'm really big on science communication. I'm really into ethnobotany and kind of like molecular labs right now. I currently work as a molecular lab technician in the Meyer lab and working with Cal eDNA. And hopefully I would love to get my PhD and do a lot of plant research in the future. Identifying oaks can be pretty hard. A lot of times people use their leaves or specifically their acorns. So here we have like a tan oak acorn and here we have like a black oak acorn, and you can see the difference is pretty distinguished. The scales on the black oak are much smaller versus the scales on the tan oak acorn. They're like more individual and actually peeling off. And then yeah, the green color versus the brown color of the black oak acorn. And it's also considerably smaller. The black oak acorn also, the cap goes halfway over versus the tan oak. It's way longer and it doesn't really cover majority of the nut and the flesh. Okay, so because some of the main species are right over this trail, we are gonna try to see if we can assess how safely we can cross this fallen tree. I had just came here 2 days ago and it definitely wasn't here. Okay. Yeah, made it to the other side, and then it's just right over here. So if you're a first time or beginning forager like me, if it's leaves of 3, you should let it be. This is a great example of poison oak in different forms, like when it's turning red and also when it's green with red spots. And then also over here where it's just all green in general, they have lobed leaves. And then also like when you're foraging and you're picking stuff up, like still has the oils on it, so it's not just the leaves that you have to look out for, it's also the sticks. So this is Notholipocarpus, which is an oak, part of the Fagaceae family. Usually their leaves and their acorns are the biggest indicators of what oak it is in specific. This is a tan oak or a tan bark oak. Tan oaks are often found in coastal areas. They prefer moist soils and have a symbiotic relationship with fungi. Tan oak leaves are pinnately veined and are green and glossy on top and are paler green with a fuzzier texture underneath. Their bark has been incorporated into baskets, used as natural dye, and made into a medicine wash for sores on the face and in the mouth. Black oaks are often found in the foothills or in lower mountains. Their leaves have sharp pointed bristles and are deeply lobed. Their bark is high in tannins and can be made into tea from drying and grinding the bark.
Then this infusion can be taken for digestive issues or applied externally for wounds in order to speed up healing.
Oh, yippee! Yes. Yes.
I got lucky and found these coastal live oak acorns on the ground. Acorns are usually produced in October and August. They can be collected from the ground, around the base of trees, and people can also beat them off the lower branches to release them. They need to be shelled and leached in water in order to remove the bitter tannins and basically the tannactic acid. Different species have different levels of tannactic acid that can affect their flavor. Each tribe will often have their own unique variation of acorn stew, which includes an incorporation of different ingredients based on region availability, cultural preferences, like different types of nuts and seeds and seasonings that are unique to their own environments and traditions.
Because I never really had anyone to tell me verbally any information or how to identify things. I really just kind of, with my own curiosity, sought out books and other identification tools to help me forage. Books that kind of talk about ethnobotany and about native uses, and also just edible and medicinal uses can really help just broaden your perspective on ways that we can use plants. It helps eliminate plant blindness. All of these books, well, most of them I checked out from a public library, and so there's so many resources out there that can help you get into foraging, and just they helped me, and then also help deepen your relationship and understanding of what they've done for humans for so long, and what they can continue to do in the future.